Thank you all for attending the 9th Annual Legends and Legacies Award Ceremony. If you would please give a warm welcome to the stage for Talia Gaston and Linnea Campbell, escorted by Davion Edwards.
Go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Talia Gaston.
And my name is Linnea Campbell.
And as the mayor would say, OH! We met the mayor when we were 4.
Believe it or not, we're 11 and 12, going on more.
My auntie told me what he did to help this city.
He nodded his head and got real busy.
He was in charge of tearing up and fixing down to make this city Buckeye pretty.
He was at the KIC as much as we,
shaking hands and smiling, as you can see.
My auntie said he was stepping down, so we put him in our pictures and mailed him all around.
We will miss him as the mayor in our town. God bless who takes over, because they better get down.
But deep in our hearts, he will always be the mayor as our friend in this city. God bless you.
Please welcome to the stage CEO of the Martin Luther King Jr. Performing and Cultural Arts Complex, Ms. Demetrius Neely.
Thank you very much. On behalf of our presenting sponsor, American Electric Power, welcome to the 9th Annual Legends and Legacies Awards Ceremony and Reception. Now, that song I came out on, it was I'll Take You There. And Mayor Coleman, that is what we plan to do tonight. I had this great speech planned. However, we have a plethora of people who are going to give speeches. So I'm not going to give my speech. It had all kinds of nice things in it. But I want you to sit back, enjoy, because you are the incredible, incomparable, undeniable Mayor Michael B. Coleman. Now, you saw what our children did. These children have loved you since they were 4, and I know you love them. They are incredible, and they lobbied hard for this job to be the first on our program to toast you, and we are going to toast you tonight. I don't think there'll be a lot of roasting, but mostly toasting. So, Mayor Coleman, sit back and enjoy, and welcome for the ride. Welcome to the ride. It's going to be a magical ride. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have a great show on plan for you. So the first person on the train will be our very own City Council President Andy Ginther. Andrew Ginther, come up. Like that music?
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So to follow suit, I had only prepared remarks for a Coleman roast this evening, so I guess I'll have to adjust a little bit. On behalf of Columbus City Council, we are very proud of our mayor and very appreciative of the King Arts Complex for honoring him as the 9th Annual Legends and Legacies Award recipient. I've had the distinct pleasure of working with Mayor Coleman for the last 8 years, and then 6 years before that as a member of the Board of Education, and I'm honored to be part of the program tonight representing council. Mayor's been many things to many people, but the one thing I do know is that he is loved by the citizens of the great city of Columbus. his fans, his colleagues, his friends, and his amazing and wonderful family that's with him tonight. I'm sure most of you know that Mayor Coleman, while a law clerk, met his idol, a gentleman we've been talking a lot about this week, Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall. I'm so blessed to have Will Pickett here this week to talk about his new biography. Thinking that Justice Marshall would be very impressed, the young law clerk Coleman approached him, as the story goes. The story gets better and better throughout the years, Mayor. Fish gets bigger and bigger. And he told Justice Marshall that he was going to be a lawyer. And from what I remember the story, Justice Marshall's eating crackers. He's at a reception. He's got a plate of food, and he's not very impressed with this young Coleman clerk. So the justice snapped to Mayor Coleman, "So what?" Mayor Coleman says, "I'm going to be a lawyer," and this justice snaps, "So what?" The mayor was stunned at that response, but understood him to mean that it only matters what you're going to do with it, the gift, the training, the education. What are you going to do with your law degree to help lift people up and build up a prosperous future for them? It's always been part of the mayor's mission and focus. No matter how much power, how much influence, how much you can contribute, it has always been about what are you going to do with it, particularly for the least of these, to lift them up and build them up. And that's why we celebrate the Columbus we do today. Mayor Coleman, with your service to the citizens of Columbus, we all believe that you have made Justice Marshall very, very proud. And to the mayor and his wonderful partner, Janelle, and his amazing family, we as a city are proud to present this video from the city of Columbus to Mayor Coleman.
My name is Catherine. I'm the past president and founder of Southern Orchard Civic Association. I grew up in the South Side, grew up in this house, graduated from South High School, and been here ever since. Before Mayor Coleman came, we were just a spot on a map. And when he came into our neighborhood, he fixed everything. He put in the curbs, he put in the handicap ramps, he paved a lot of our streets, and he told code enforcement they're going to go out and they're going to cite people if they don't take care of their homes. Mayor Coleman listens. He has always listened, and he takes action. He doesn't say, "Oh, I'll take care of that," and then you don't get anything done. Everything that we've asked for here in Southern Orchards, everything's been taken care of. Thanks for being one of the greatest mayors, and we hate to see him go. He was the neighborhood mayor. It's been great working with him, and I hope we haven't disappointed him in any way, but he never has disappointed us.
The mayor has left a definitive impression on our community.
So the city annexed American Addition in 1959 with promises. And while the city initially installed sewer and gas lines, it failed to deliver on most of its promises to the people of American Addition. But there were those in the neighborhood who did not lose hope. Marie is right here. I see her. Stand up, Marie. And Jimmy, stand up.
I was born and raised in American Addition. I always prayed that the American Addition would be built up like other neighborhoods.
I want you to know we will embrace American Addition and do what the city should have done generations ago. keep our promises.
Out of a child's eyes, out of innocence, I said, I would write to the president. Never heard anything back. My heart was broken, it really was. So, you know, let's fast forward to 47, 48 years later. We have a mayor named Mike Coleman.
And now here we are today. We're changing this. The first of 3 phases of rebuilding streets and adding sidewalks, storm sewers, new water lines, street lines. This is a total reconstruction.
Mayor Coleman really stood up for what he said he was going to do.
You know, there's not every day that you can say people are heroes, but I can say he's my hero. He's the community hero. We love him.
Where people said something wouldn't happen, it did happen. We're very proud of him, and we thank him for just making a difference in our lives.
Our vision for our community was realized in no small part by his efforts.
Yeah, it seems like Mayor Coleman's been the mayor of Columbus for my entire life. He's been an ally and has really instilled a lot of hope in those of us trying to revitalize an extremely tough neighborhood.
I believe that connecting with Mayor Coleman helped me be a stronger community leader.
I'll never forget one developer saying the best that area is ever going to get is a super Walmart. And so I think we've done much better than that. And we couldn't have done it without the mayor's leadership.
Some of our young people don't know any other mayor but him. So they grew up with him. I remember him coming to one of the schools and the children just ran and grabbed him, almost knocked him down. But they know, you can always tell when somebody loves you.
You can take an apple and you can cut the seeds, cut it open, and you can count the seeds in the apple. But you cannot count the apples and the seeds. And that's what I think about when the work that he's done for our children, and how they're going to benefit and then their children are going to benefit. So his legacy will be going on forever. You think about the King Lincoln District and the bridge over there and the people that are up on the bridge and you ride down there. It's just amazing that he had the foresight to think about something like that, to bring ownership, the short north, the bridge over the bridge, all those things, amazing things that have been added to the community that are very beneficial for everyone.
Mike Coleman, I ask you to look back over the city of Columbus and you will see your legacy. It's all around you. Just take time and look at it.
Please welcome to the stage Chairman of the Martin Luther King Jr. Performing and Cultural Arts Complex, Mr. Mark Corna.
Good evening. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of the King Arts Complex, we welcome you to our 9th annual Legends and Legacies Award event. Tonight, we are absolutely delighted to honor the best mayor in America, our own mayor, Michael B. Coleman. Mayor Coleman has been a tremendous friend of the King Arts Complex. He has just done a tremendous amount for us, and we are sincerely thankful for all of the support he's provided over the years. Mayor Coleman has always been here with us and for us. But before we begin our recognition of Mayor Coleman, if I can find the pages here, we have some business to take care of. First of all, please join me in thanking our co-chairs for tonight. We have Donna James, President and Managing Partner of Legends Associates, LLC, and does Managing Partner of Legends Associates means you're Larry's manager? Who didn't know that? We have Gail King, Executive Vice President and Chief Administrative Officer of Nationwide Insurance. Gail, please stand up and be recognized. We also thank all of the members of the Legends and Legacies host committee and ask them to stand up and be recognized. If you would please stand up. Thank you. Thank you very much. We also thank our sponsors for this event, our presenting sponsor of AEP, platinum sponsor Nationwide Insurance, diamond sponsors Honda, Advanced Drainage Systems, WBNS 10 TV, and L Brands. There are also a host of silver and gold sponsors that are listed in your program and were recognized on the rolling screen as you were being seated. Please join me in thanking all of our wonderful sponsors. Next, we would like to recognize all elected officials who are with us tonight. If you would please stand and be recognized. Thank you very much for being with us tonight. Legends and Legacies recognizes the rich and diverse contributions of Americans by paying tribute to individuals who have shown their commitment to human rights, artistic excellence, and service. Their actions have influenced and impacted their community, city, and nation through philanthropy, service, leadership, creativity, and vision. Past recipients of the Legends and Legacies Awards include Nikki Giovanni, Ruby Dee, Sonia Sanchez, Harry Belafonte, Maya Angelou, all living Ohio Tuskegee Airmen, Archie Griffin, Will Haygood, and several other distinguished Americans. And for those of you who are with us for the first time for this event, all of those people really have appeared on this stage over the years. And tonight, we add Mayor Michael Coleman to that list of illustrious individuals. And now we're very proud to introduce our Mistress of Ceremonies for this evening. Our MC serves with distinction in the United States House of Representatives, representing the 3rd District of Ohio. From the very beginning of her tenure, our Congresswoman has kept us informed by bringing Washington to the district and the district to Washington by hosting a series of what she refers to as community conversations. In the House, she serves on the Financial Services Committee, and she is a member of 2 subcommittees. Our Congresswoman is in her 2nd term, and hopefully it'll be the 2nd of many. In addition, she is also a true friend of the complex and one of my oratorial idols. Please welcome to the podium the Honorable Joyce Beatty.
Good evening, and thank you so much, Mark. Legacy, love, legend. Many grew up with him. His work is all around us. Our children see it and know it. Our neighborhoods see it and know it. We are so grateful to celebrate Mayor Michael B. Coleman because he is and has been an inspiration to emerging politicians and others, and many here in this audience and this town of Columbus and across the country have benefited from it, Michael. He is leaving a footprint in a path throughout the world. There has been no limit to his passion, his compassion, his contributions, or the breadth of his commitment. The King Arts Complex is proud to honor such an amazing person that represents not only the best of humanity, but the best of this community. Many of our past honorees, against all odds, have looked adversity in the face and yet excelled above all circumstances of economics, gender, societal biases, ethnic and cultural stereotypes. Their indomitable spirits have given others the courage and the strength to succeed. And now, talking about courage and strength, Mayor Coleman, we have a surprise. We have some guests who are going to come and join us on the stage. Eugene Duffy. Eugene Duffy. I know he's here because he's the brother of Kathy Espy and Rosemary Cooper. And he came from Atlanta, Georgia to be with us, where he is with International Continental Realty. It doesn't stop there, Mayor Coleman. We have Brian Ross, President and CEO of Experience Columbus. Brian. Larry James, partner, Crabtree, Brown, and James. Another surprise all the way from Virginia, Dr. Linda Coleman, your sister. And it doesn't stop there. Gene Smith, Vice President and Director of Athletics, The Ohio State University. And this is just the beginning of the surprise. I've always wanted to be a talk show host, so it took Michael Coleman deciding to no longer be mayor to promote me to something wonderful and great. So welcome to the Joyce Beatty Show. That was not in the script. We're gonna have a good time while I'm going to get to ask you questions. You're gonna really talk to the audience because this should be fun, it should be informative, and it should be all about Michael Coleman. So those are the ground rules. It's not about you tonight. It's about Michael Coleman. And so we're gonna start with you, Eugene, because as I understand it, BF, best friend, I think it all started back on a street, Dr. and Mrs. Coleman, Prospect Street, and the old West End. Two little boys playing together. I want you to tell us what Michael Coleman was like. You're off to Morehouse. Michael's off to the University of Cincinnati and then to my hometown, Dayton, to law school. Both your parents doctors. Tell us, what was Michael Coleman really like, and did you think he'd ever be the mayor?
Well, let me respond in the following way, that Michael was not much different then than he is today. His parents, who you cited earlier that are here today, Dr. John and Joan Coleman, who are like my parents. I'm fond of saying that I got more spankings from Dr. and Mrs. Coleman than I got from my parents. You probably are aware of the fact that Kathy was his first babysitter along with Jeffrey and John and Linda. And
are you saying Kathy's a lot older than Michael and you?
You can say that. I can't say that. But Michael was not much different then than he is today. His parents and my parents blessed all of us in this kind of extended family concept, the African village, however you want to describe it, with extraordinary work ethics, a sense of propriety, a sense of modulation. Michael never did anything to embarrass his parents as a child. He's never done anything to embarrass Columbia Electric or the people who support him. He was tempered, he was focused, and he was committed. So we had a wonderful childhood. Those were the days when you could go out and play and go to the playground and did not need organized supervision. He and I both worked very hard. Dr. Coleman was an entrepreneur and had a barbecue restaurant where we, at the age of 12, would fold boxes and wax the paper. I'm still thinking about suing for violation of child labor laws. So Michael had a really sound Buckeye Midwest granular foundation in education, in, again, the work ethic, a sense of, we were all taught to have some kind of empathy for those who were not the sons and daughters of doctors, who Derek Bell would say their faces faced up from the bottom of the well. That was ingrained in us. There was a sense of giving back. There was a sense of being forced to watch the civil rights movement. So giving you too long an answer, Joyce.
He'll get another 30 seconds for that.
He has not fallen far from the tree, and he has not fallen far from Toledo. What you see is what you get. It is easy to understand that did not start when he got to be mayor. That started when he was on Prospect. That started when he was coming to my house. So he hasn't changed that much.
Thank you so much, Gene. I think we are not surprised, but maybe many of us are a little surprised. But what a tribute to you, Dr. and Mrs. Coleman, for what Eugene has said. And to you, Mayor Coleman, what a tribute for him to also quote Derek Bell, an incredible book. Derek Bell, someone who had many wonderful experiences at Harvard, an African-American author. So thank you. Now we're going to switch gears. We've taken you from his childhood, and now we know he was basically always someone who worked hard, was the good kid, did what his parents said, became our mayor. Now, Brian, when we think of what you do, CEO of Experience Columbus, part of your role is to go out across the country and in Columbus and make Columbus look good. So tell us examples or how, when we're rated as a city, how have you used Michael Coleman to sell our city? Or has he helped you or not to sell our city?
Well, of course he's helped us, but actually we're going to change our name to Experience Coleman. So we've been around quite a while. As a matter of fact, I was giving the mayor a little bit of a hard time the other day because I've been to quite a few dedications lately, and we have the Coleman Ballroom in the Joseph, we have the Coleman Skywalk in the Hilton, and I'm sure by the end of this year we'll have plenty more, so I hope you know there's no royalties. Okay. But no, Mayor Coleman, as you looked at the videos, Columbus has Mayor Coleman's fingerprints all over it. And it is truly an honor to be up here and have the ability to share thoughts on Mayor Coleman. But Mayor Coleman has jumped in right from the beginning. It's the only mayor I know, so, and I have been told that there's a few things I have to accomplish or I will no longer be here. So I still have a few months before my grade card's up. But what I would say is I've been in boardrooms in Chicago. I've been in boardrooms in New York. And the mayor has made sure that if his schedule did not allow him to be there, he made a call. He made a call to make sure that everyone knew he was very involved in every aspect of us selling and promoting our community. And I can say right now he's 2-0. So he's batting 1,000.
Wow. Now I want to keep this show going, so tell us how you've sold him with the word swagger. Have you ever been anywhere and actually used that word about Michael Coleman?
I have, but sometimes I don't get a chance because he uses it first.
And for the audience, that's his nickname. We call him the Mayor with Swagger.
Absolutely. And I would say the attributes personally from my standpoint is the mayor is someone with great vision, the ability to aspire a community to reach beyond its capabilities in certain areas, and collaboration. But I guess when you're collaborative as the mayor, it's here's what I want you to do. No.
So are you really telling us Michael just tells you what to do?
Absolutely. But with that, it all comes with the swagger. I've had the opportunity, we had this small convention we were working on in the city, the Democratic National Convention. And I think probably everyone in this audience was a part of the Democratic National Convention site inspection here. But I can say that the mayor definitely showed his swagger during the DNC courtship. But I think where I saw the mayor's best swagger was when we were in a boardroom in Washington, D.C. at the RNC headquarters, surrounded by about 30...
That's the Republican Party.
Republican, yes, the Republican Party, surrounded by 25 to 30 leading Republicans in the nation, and he sat right there and made sure they knew he was going toe-to-toe.
Thank you so much, Brian. Now we're going to shift from childhood to the mayor with swagger. Now we're going to come to you, Larry James. Larry, as you know, is a prominent lawyer, but Larry, you've also had the pulse of city government. I am reminded of when you actually worked as a safety director. So I want you to think back as a city employee. Just think, you could have been working for Michael Coleman. But also, you have the pulse on this community, our community. Many years, you and Donna, and you continue here with the Martin Luther King Center, the King Lincoln Center. So think about, for us, the challenges of keeping a city safe. Being an African-American mayor representing one of the most diverse cities, but also giving back to the Black community. Talk about safety in Michael Coleman in this community.
First of all, I do work for Michael Coleman, have always worked, and I pay him to work for him. So there are three instances where the mayor had safety at the cornerstone. And the first one was when the Department of Justice wanted to come into the city and investigate and determine whether they were going to put Columbus under a consent decree. The mayor calls and said, how in the hell do we keep them out of our city? And we strategized, and he said, I think I need to go in and meet with the Department of Justice. So the mayor moved all his advisors out of the way, moved his lawyers out of the way, went in and met with the Department of Justice and kept him out of the city. And he kept him out by saying, here is our plan and our policies to make sure our police department are doing the right things. There are people who believe that the FOP did that. There are people who believe that other lawyers did that. That was Mayor Michael Coleman, who kept control of the Columbus Police Department. The second issue that was major when there was a financial crisis, the question was whether the mayor and the city was going to have a continuing class for police officers. The mayor went to then President Barack Obama, got him to advance some funds and maintain that police class to maintain the authorized strength as best he could. And that's how he continued to fulfill that obligation. The third thing the mayor did is, you may recall, this city had not had an increase in income tax in over 25 years. And as you look around the country and you ask the question, how many elected officials would put their brand and their reputation and their electability on the line to put forth an income tax? The mayor did it and got it delivered. I think the other thing that the mayor has done, and you saw it part in the video, is the mayor created a safety net throughout the city about a quality of life. And he held each and every one of his directors accountable. He held the chief accountable and resolved a really contentious issue. One of the last thing I would say is Chief Jackson, who had been the chief of police for a number of years, had fought like mad with the former administration. The mayor resolved that dispute, and we have a building, named after Chief Jackson. And I think he had the respect of all the city employees, and you could find him everywhere. So, Mayor, thank you.
Thank you so much, Larry James. We're starting to see a brand here, Mayor. Good work ethic, swagger, control. Now, let's think about all that control. Let's think about all those good things. There's nothing like a sister to come to town to tell you the real story about growing up with Mayor Michael Coleman as a little brother. I'm a sister, and I have a brother. So I know what those early days could be like. So Linda, tell us something we don't know, and tell us what Michael was really like.
Contrary to what you may believe, he is my older brother. Michael always took whoever of his siblings was younger than him and took their date of birth and told everyone that that was his date of birth. He said, Mike, how did that happen? So Michael has always been very innovative. He was a leader even at home. Anything that went wrong, Michael generally was the one who had organized it. We took the rap, though, right? We took the rap. And Eugene can testify to that. And we enjoyed Michael's career through this entire time. I started at Ohio State, the Ohio State, in medical school, and I left during the time that, I guess it was you had become chief head counsel and went for his first election. So each time I come back to Columbus, I'm amazed at the changes and the awesome things in Columbus. I'm like, wow, look at this place. I need to come back and live here. It's just amazing, the things that you've done for this city, and I'm very proud to call you my brother. And the swagger thing, my son told Michael that he had a lot of swagger and couldn't believe that he was really the mayor. Because he doesn't see him as a mayor because we see him in the family setting. And he told Michael one day, you have a lot of swagger. And he was about 12. And it's funny, I picked up a newspaper and I said, oh, okay, I like that. I like that. So he is innovative, and he takes ideas from everyone.
Oh. Linda, we're going to ask you another question. Since your parents are here, parents, stand up, because parents are important. We want everybody to see you. There you go. That's where that swagger comes from, and that's where that brand comes from, Mrs. Coleman. Give us one word your parents would say. Since they've traveled all the way here, what do you think your mother would say in one word to describe her son?
My mother can't describe anything in one word. But they are very proud of Michael. They have instilled in us the ability to give back to our community, and we have them as an example. My mother was an activist in Toledo, and everything she did was for Toledo, and we saw that. You know, everybody tells you it's not what you tell your kids to do, it's what you show them to do. So you can talk all you want, but if you don't show them, like my parents have done, we're not going to learn. So both mom and dad works with me now in my practice in Virginia. He is, can I tell him? He's 87.
This is the Oprah show. We can say it.
My father is 87.
Oh,
and he can work circles around anybody. I mean, to this day, he's teaching a nurse practitioner information, and I kind of hang out by the door and look in and listen like I never heard that before. So he's amazing, and he continues to teach many people, and Michael learns from everyone around him, and we are so proud of him.
Thank you so much. There's nothing like the stories of a younger sister. And now, we're going to go to you, Gene Smith. We all know that Gene Smith comes to us most recently. He's had an incredible past, but from The Ohio State University, one of few who serves on both sides of the university. We know him as the athletic director, but since I had the opportunity to work with Gene, I also know him from the other side, the administrative side, as one of our vice presidents there. But we also think of you when we talk about national championships. So We consider Michael a national mayor. We consider him our national champion. How would you compare Michael Coleman as a national champion to the real The Ohio State national championship standings?
Well, I'd probably say he's not a third-string quarterback. He's coming out to shoot, and he's going to keep that #1 spot. You know, I've been blessed. I've only been here since 2005, but I've been fortunate to be at a number of institutions around this country in different cities. And being in higher education, when you're in a university in a city, you first of all look to the leadership to determine the relationship between that institution and the city. And the thing that strikes me here about Columbus is the blessing that The Ohio State University has enjoyed while Michael Coleman has been the mayor. The town and gown relationship has been phenomenal relative to the institution and the city. And it speaks to probably the most important thing that you have to think about when you're trying to develop a championship team, and that's leadership. And leadership is about relationships, it's about people, because people are the heart and soul of all that matters. And this man understands people. In order for him to accomplish the things that he was able to accomplish in this city, he had to have the ability to create the relationships so that he can create the collaborative environment that we've been so blessed to enjoy. And so when you think about national championships, you think about national championship teams or individuals, at the bottom, it's the people. How do you move the people towards a common goal? And that's what national championships teams do. When you think about our football team, you want our offense to outscore their opponent. You want our defense to stop their opponent. This guy gets it. He's always on the offensive. He doesn't play defense. He doesn't have to, because the man's got game. He's got swagger. Okay? It's that simple. And as I think about that, I'd love to have our band here because they play that swag song for you right now. But you know, we are truly, truly blessed to have had him as our leader over the years. And I think his legacy won't be realized until many years later, when our children are grown and have the opportunity to look back over time and see what this man has accomplished here. So we're blessed to have him. We appreciate the time that you've spoken to our teams, you've spoken to our football team, spoken to our athletes, and thank goodness he was here when we were undefeated when Urban first got here, because we got a street named after that team. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Gene Smith. To the audience, we hope you have enjoyed our segment of hearing about our mayor, Michael Coleman. So to you, Gene Smith, thank you. Eugene Duffy, thank you. Brian Ross, thank you. Dr. Linda Coleman, thank you. And to Larry James, thank you. We've learned some new things, maybe, but we have certainly confirmed that Mayor Michael Coleman has a lot of swagger, but he has a lot of other things. He is a true leader that will leave a legacy because he is a legend. He is someone with a brand. He's someone that grew up in a family of love and leadership and hard work. So we should not be surprised that he leaves this town as mayor, but he does not leave us. I think segment 2 will be back, and we'll be talking about Mayor Michael Coleman and his next journey. Thank you, Michael. We love you, and Godspeed to you. Thank you for being my first audience.
Please welcome back to the stage CEO of the Martin Luther King Jr. Performing and Cultural Arts Complex, Ms. Demetrius Neely.
give that panel a round of applause. That was fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you all for participating in this. We could not have done this without you, and we didn't have those perspectives, so that was great. So we like to keep our programs to just about an hour. At this point, we're going to present some gifts to you, Mayor Coleman. So I'd like to ask the executive team to come up. And we have a few other segments, and we'll be wrapping up. Executive team, please join me on the stage. Come on down, guys. I will tell you that, Mayor Coleman, we have some gifts that we're going to give you, and so we also have some gifts from the arts community. And we want to just thank you for all you've done for the arts community. You helped increase funding, and you've been so supportive of us. So most of what we're going to present to you tonight has to do with that support you've given the arts community. So the first person that's going to present a gift to you is from Assistant Executive Director Mark Cardwell. Mark?
Wow. Thank you very much. Again, I'm Mark Cardwell. I'm the Assistant Executive Director, and actually I think I'm going first because I'm more of the station identification commercial break. But I want to kind of draw your attention to your program this evening, this beautiful piece of work here. The thing that makes, a couple of things make this very special. The King Arts Complex intends to be a launching pad for careers. And not too long ago, we had an intern come to us from Columbus State Community College. Her name is Lisa Pleasant. And Lisa did a great job with her internship. When it was over, we hired her on to work with us to work on this program. And she did a great job. And so I wanted to give her a hand. Now, inside the program, we have some goodies for you. And they are gifts not only for Mayor Coleman, but also for yourselves. And so, what I'd like to draw your attention to is the postcards. With this event this evening, we're doing a lot of things that we have never done before because not only do we appreciate the mayor, but his excellence stretches us. And in order for us to do him justice, we have to get a little bit out of our comfort zone, and we appreciate him for giving us that opportunity. So you have some postcards to kind of commemorate this evening inside your program, and there are some shots, some of our favorite shots of the mayor. There you see. And one of our most favorite shots is of Mayor Coleman at the Heritage Concert Series, and that is in some of your programs. Now, what we've done is we've made all of those postcards as well as a commemorative edition of this program available to you all. What we're going to do is take a video and photos from this evening's event, and we're going to create yet another publication that you will be able to order. And so there is an order form inside this program for that. I do want to say something about Mayor Coleman, and something that is personal to me. When I came back to the King Arts Complex, I worked here years ago, and I came back. I came back because I missed it terribly. I did some other things. I made a little bit more money someplace else, but you can never really replace having an impact in people's lives. When I thought about the fact that we were honoring the mayor this evening, one of the things that I realized it is his vision that has given all of us here at the King Arts Complex an opportunity to live out our mission. You know, our tagline says, the King Arts Complex, where dreams come alive. And I consider this and I know my colleagues do, our dream job. But without a visionary leader, we may not have an opportunity to live out the mission of this institution in a special place like the King Arts Complex. So, Mr. Mayor, I wanted to say thank you for your visionary leadership. Thank you very much. And so also now I'd like to bring up Ms. Darla Reed, our facility director.
Congratulations, Mayor Coleman.
On behalf of the King Arts Complex staff, I have the privilege of presenting to you a brick paver that will be installed in the Amos Lynch Plaza. And I want you to know that this includes 4 pavers. This is never going to be done again. This is one of a kind, and it's yours. And I also want to share with you a little story. My grandson, who attends the Columbus School for Boys, he had called my husband one day and he said, Papa, he said, I want you to come to the school because you need to teach me how to tie my tie. And so my husband was just, him and my grandson, they like this, Papa, you got to come help me. So later on that week, he says, call Papa, and he says, Papa, he says, you don't have to come because Mayor Mike is going to show us all of us boys, how to tie our ties. So thank you, Mayor Coleman. And I also want to share with you that my grandson is also, was selected to be in your program. I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses, but it is your leadership for the students that you have to be in middle school. And so my grandson, because of his academics, was one of the selectees of your program. So thank you, Mayor Michael Coleman. Thank you for what you've done for this city, and thank you for making this a great place for me to raise my grandchildren. And now I'd like to bring to the stage, to the podium, Javon Collins, who is our program director. Javon?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to congratulate the Honorable Mayor Michael B. Coleman as the 9th Annual Legends and Legacy Award recipient. I've had the distinct honor to work with the mayor as my co-host for the Heritage Concert Series each year. He has single-handedly made the Wobble the anthem for the Heritage Concert Series. The city absolutely loves him, and I tell everyone in meetings across the nation about our great mayor and the great city we have here in Columbus, Ohio. I know the mayor believes in education, and for me, it means a lot as I received my scholarship to attend The Ohio State University here at the King Arts Complex when I was in 6th grade. So that 11-year-old young guy from Woodward Park Middle School never thought he would be here, but I know people believed in me, and one of those people is our mayor. So for me, it was my honor to contact all of the schools he's graduated from to recognize and salute the mayor. St. John Jesuit High School in Toledo, Ohio, to recognize the great man, Mayor Michael B. Coleman, will have a gift of $250 to a Toledo 2020 Jesuit Scholar made in the honor of Mayor Michael B. Coleman. We also have proclamations from the University of Cincinnati, where Mayor Michael Coleman graduated for undergraduate school, and the University Dayton School of Law. So I was very honored to make that happen for the mayor, my guy. So I want to keep it short because I got to get back and run the rest of the show. So thank you, Mayor, as you will always be remembered, and I will look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you all. And if you would all, please give a big round of applause for our Cultural Arts Director, Ms. Lynn Logan Grimes.
Good evening, and congratulations, Mayor, on your career and your amazing community service. And on behalf of the King Arts Complex, I have the esteemed privilege to present to you a plaque to show our love. So can somebody help me with this? And this plaque will be displayed permanently in our facility. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Oh, I gotta read it. I'm sorry. And the plaque says, Mayor Coleman pushed our city forward with his blend of fiscal ingenuity and genuine love for the people of Columbus. Even in the midst of a national economic recession, Coleman led the people of Columbus to an even better position than they were in before, creating thousands of jobs through strategic investments, savvy policies, and innovative initiatives. Thanks to Coleman, Columbus is among the fastest growing cities in the United States, as well as one of the most intelligent cities in the world. Truly, he has made the city of Columbus an exemplar to the rest of the nation. Coleman's plethora of initiatives, which aim to improve Columbus, seem to be limitless, from urban revitalization to environmental sustainability, from crime reduction to social equality. He is a man who has every one of Columbus's greatest interests in mind. No one is more deserving of this honor than Michael B. Coleman, Columbus's longest running mayor and our city's first African-American mayor. Thanks again.
Okay, Mayor Coleman, just 2 or 3 small things. The next one is going to be a gift from the King Arts Complex. And it is, we have several gifts that are permanently here, but we wanted to name part of our building after you because you've been so kind to us and so generous with us. Thank you. So we have a room where we've held all of our dignitaries, from Maya Angelou to Harry Belafonte, to President Obama, when he was senator running for president, was actually hosted in this same room. It is the Green Room, and from now on, it will be known as the Michael B. Coleman Green Room. So we are in the midst of embarking upon a major renovation, and when that room is renovated, we will call you back and have a ribbon cutting, and it'll be officially named the Michael B. Coleman Green Room. So we're very excited about that because it's our best space in the building. And it's for the best person, the best mayor. So we're excited about that. And I know you're in it now, and I know you like that room. Again, you've been so kind and generous with the arts community. You get it. Mayor Coleman gets it. He knows Columbus makes art, and art makes Columbus. And we have tonight invited the head of Columbus Museum of Art, Ms. Nanette Macy Jones, will come up. She is the head of Columbus Leadership Council, CCLC. I know the name. I just can't think of it right now because I think I'm nervous. Come on up, Nanette. And also Tom Katzenmeyer, I believe, is here, who represents GCAC. So Nanette will talk about the arts and how important you've been to the arts, and she has a little gift for you as well. Okay. Come on up, Nanette.
Oh, Mayor Coleman, I can barely see you because it's all the lights. This is a very bittersweet moment for me. I have always said I never wanted to be the director of the Columbus Museum of Art when Michael Coleman was not the mayor of Columbus. And that's about to happen to me, so I'm feeling a little sad tonight. But I am very proud that the museum's new wing will be finished while Mayor Coleman is still our mayor. And you will walk through the threshold of the new wing of the Columbus Museum of Art in October, and on the plaque will be Mayor Coleman's name, and I am terribly proud of that. The impact of Mayor Coleman on the vibrancy of the arts in Columbus can never be overstated. Leadership matters, and his leadership has made a huge difference to us. He knows that in thriving communities, arts and culture matters. And he knows something even more. He knows beyond the economic numbers, which are very impressive, I could read them all to you, he knows that arts and culture enrich lives and transform lives in our community. Now, I could stand up here for a very long time and give you, even if I just did the highlights of all the things he's done for arts and culture, it would take forever. But let me just give you a quick 3 or 4. He personally supported increased public funding for the arts. He helped lead the charge for the restoration of the Lincoln Theater. He promoted the use of arts in the restoration and revitalization of our neighborhoods, from FRANKLINTON and the King Lincoln District to the South Side to the Discovery District, and of course to our vibrant downtown core. And these are my last 2 favorite ones. One is that he activated our first Columbus Arts Commission in 2007. That ordinance had been on our city's books since 1960. Mayor Coleman was the first to seat a commission to support public arts in our city. And in 2013, he signed an executive order that for the first time ever in our city provided city funds for the conservation and growth of public art in our community. So we'll see more public art. And I'm really proud of that. He's a staunch supporter. I am terrible at that. He is a staunch champion of arts and culture. And most importantly, he's a mayor that shows up. I'm always going to events, and I'm always shaking Mayor Coleman's hand because he's there. He's there at performances. He's there at festivals. He's there at the museum. And I managed to stretch 3 groundbreakings out of my project, and he came to every one of them. So, I mean, he shows up, and showing up is an incredibly important way of showing your support. I'm feeling a little lonely on this stage, so I want you all to imagine something with me for just a minute. I want you to imagine this stage filling, this very large, handsome stage, filling with all the people in arts and culture that want to thank Mayor Coleman. First, my fellow leaders, Demetrius, Tom Katzenmeyer, Sherry Gelden, Bill Connor, Bruce Harkey, David Schultzberg. Think of all of them coming up here. Think then of their boards of trustees, their volunteer corps that make their organizations run, their members, their subscribers, all of the families and the children who fill our theaters and our museums and our galleries, all the people that come to the Arts Festival. I hope you're thinking it's getting pretty crowded up here at this point. All of these people owe an incredible debt of gratitude to our mayor for what they've done and for what he's done. And then I want you to think of finally 2 last people that I know are here in spirit, and I know everyone in this room wished were here in person, and that is Aramina Robinson and Sherry Mitchell. Now, here's my sort of present. I have like a sort of present, Mayor Coleman. So a couple of weeks ago, I was walking the mayor through the new Columbus Museum of Art because he see everything, because it would never have happened without the mayor. He was a champion right from the beginning for what we were doing at the museum. So he's about 2/3 of the way through, he turns to me and said, "Now, I know that you're very involved with Amina Robinson's estate because she honored the museum by trusting us with that, helping take care of her legacy." And he said, "Now, I don't know if you know this." Now, I knew this because 10 people had called me already and said, "There's this piece." I already knew this, but I didn't say I knew. And he said, "Now, there's this piece that Amina was working on that was my piece that she was making about me and about being the mayor." And I said, and he goes, "I was supposed to go over and see it." She kept inviting me. And then I'd get busy working on something, and I kept meaning to go. But I was doing stuff for the city, so I didn't get there. I don't know, you got to find it. It's got to be there. And I said, we'll see. Well, now, Mayor Coleman, of course, we found it. We looked everywhere for it, and here it is. Oh, turn the lights down just a little bit. Are we allowed to just turn the lights down for just a second so people can really see it? It's a book. She was starting to do the life and times of Michael B. Coleman, the first black mayor of Columbus. She'd gotten a few of the pages done, Mayor Coleman, and the big one, the first page, was going to be about your grandmother, I believe, your great-grandmother. And there it is. I have it, and I will share it with you. So here was my plan. My plan was that I give it to you, and then you keep it, for life trust, and then you give it back to the museum. But we're gonna, we found it, and she was working on it hard. She loved it, and I know how much you meant to her, Mayor Coleman.
Okay, Mayor, one final gift. This is a surprise. It wasn't in the program, but the people who insisted, you'll understand. So I'd like for the family to come down to present their tribute, because your family said we have to do something. So come on down, guys. Your family loves you so much, they said we have to do this. And just so you know, everybody in his family is important, but this is recording artist Shirley Murdoch, that's a member of his family, major recording artist here.
Hello? Is it on? It's on. Okay. Okay. Mayor Mike, your family, in which I have the privilege of being an honorary member, want to do a presentation to you and take you down memory lane. And we want to do it with Motown swag. So I want the audience to let you know you're free to jump in at any time. You guys ready? Okay. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. Do 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 do. When it's cold outside, we've got the month of May. Do 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 do. Well, I guess you say, what can make us feel this way, Michael? Michael, whoa, whoa, Michael, Michael.
Mike was curious. We had a sandbox in the backyard. Mike influenced the whole neighborhood. He decided we all should dig a ditch to China. So we dug and we dug and we dug for a week at a time. And finally, we got so deep, you couldn't even see us at the top of the ground. And my mother said, that's enough, come out of there.
Well, I guess you say, what can make us feel this way, Michael, 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 whoa, whoa, Michael, Michael.
Mike was and still is a determined person. Is it? Okay. Mike had a passion. His passion was cowboy boots. He loved anything that was cowboy. When his store-bought cowboy boots became too small, I said, I am not going to buy not one pair of cowboy boots. Guess what? He found a pair of rubber snow boots, and he wore them the entire summer. By the way, his first political fundraiser given by Kathy Espy had a cowboy theme.
Well, I guess you say, what can make us feel this way, Michael? Michael, talking about Michael, Michael.
Yeah, Michael was a leader even as a little boy. He convinced my sister that she could fly. So we fashioned some wings out of some cardboard boxes, we meaning our leader, and climbed up a tall tree and said, Linda, fly. She hit the ground with a thud. Linda could not fly.
He believed she could fly. I guess you say, what can make us feel this way, Michael? Michael, talking about Michael, Michael.
Michael has discipline, as you can well see. I was the enforcer. After a hard day's work, I would come home and be pointed in various directions to enforce something or another. I was sitting on the back porch. We had a porch then. And I heard this water dripping in the living room. And I looked through the door, and water was coming down through our chandelier in the dining room on the dining room table. Well, someone, or Michael, had left the bathroom, had left the bathtub run over and had dripped all the way down through our dining room ceiling. Well, at that time and at those days, as an enforcer, there were many kids up in the upstairs. I whipped them all.
Well, I guess you say, what can make us feel this way? Michael, talking about Michael. And that's it.
Thank you, everyone.
You were supposed to tell me.
Please welcome back to the stage the Honorable Congresswoman Joyce Beatty.
Michael. Well, it's almost over, and I have the honor, Michael, of being back up here. And as I prepare us for the next video, I thought it might be appropriate to say these few words. Most of us know that Michael, beyond his family, had another person that he looked up to. And we've heard the story of him talking about Thurgood Marshall. So, Michael, in the words of Thurgood Marshall, sometimes history takes things into its own hands. History for you, you're leaving us in good hands. Also, in the words of Martin Luther King, the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands in times of controversy and challenges. Michael, we know where you stand, and you have stood with us through the good and the bad. So tonight, as our honoree, we want you to know that his destiny has been one of the best mayors in America. Mayor Michael Coleman. Mayor Mike, you are etching your journey into the pages of not only history, but human rights, social justice, and leadership. Thank you, Mayor Mike, for being our mayor, for being my mayor, and for being my friend. There are some other folks who would like to recognize your efforts as mayor. And so before I ask us to turn our attention to the video, let me say the two most powerful words that one can say. And those two words are, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being our mayor and my friend. Love you and Godspeed. Join me and turn your attention to the video.
Mayor, hi, Will Haygood from Washington, D.C., and I salute you in your own legacy. You've been a phenomenal mayor and a unique spokesman for urban America. Thank you very much. God bless you. Will Haygood. Bye.
Mayor Michael Coleman, I am going to truly miss you, and I want to wish you well. If you decide to run for any office, I will be there for you.
Hey, Mayor Mike. Listen, congratulations on 4 tremendous terms, 16 years of leading this great city of ours. On behalf of all of our colleagues at Business First, we can't thank you enough for how fair and open you've been to us in the media, what a great job you've done leading this community, and everything else you've done making this city the great city it is.
Mayor Coleman, thank you so much for making FRANKLINTON cool. We're going to do our best to finish it out.
Hi, Michael. Congratulations on being a Legacy and Legends Award recipient this year. Thank you so much for your community service, starting out as a city council person and then become one of the longest-running mayors in a major city. I especially appreciate your spearheading the renovation of the Lincoln Theater, which will serve the community well for years to come. Congratulations, and I wish you well in your next endeavors.
Thank you! Thank you! We love you from Capital Kids, Sullivan Gordon.
You've been there every step of the way. We appreciate it. We're going to miss you.
Mayor Coleman, just want to say thank you for your leadership. Thank you for all you've done for the Near East Side. We are so glad to have you as our mayor. Come back and holler at us when you get finished, whatever you're doing, man. Peace.
Mayor Coleman, I want to thank you so much for everything you have done for coming into our neighborhoods and helping to clean our neighborhoods up and rebuilding them. You have been a great mayor, and we will miss you very much.
Congratulations, Mayor Michael B. Coleman. You've been an inspirational leader in the city. You've helped us be open and smart, and you've instilled an incredible legacy of really making sure that we're doing good for our community. So thank you. Best of luck in your endeavors. We'll miss you.
My mayor, my friend, thank you for being the champion that empowered this community and changed lives.
And I hope that you have even more success, you know, after you leave office.
Hello, we are the Spivey triplets. I'm Shay Spivey. I'm Sydney.
And I am Simeon Spivey.
And we did the Cap City Kids program at the Sawyer Recreation Center about 14 years ago. We just want to say thank you to the Cap City Kids program.
Mayor Mike, it's your boy Max. You are awesome. I just wanted to thank you for everything you have done for me, visiting me in the hostel, bringing me chicken wings, and I still have the bangle set you gave me. Oh, and don't forget about me when you get to the White House. Peace.
Mayor Coleman, congratulations. 16 years. That's a hell of a career. Appreciate everything you've done in Columbus. We appreciate you as a loyal, passionate Bengal fan. And now you have more time to come down and watch the Bengals. So good luck with everything. Hope to see you. And again, congratulations and thanks for all your support. Hooday.
Well, I guess I have the distinct honor of doing one of the most important things tonight. I wasn't nervous before, but now I'm nervous. At this time, it's my pleasure to ask Mayor Michael B. Coleman to come to the stage. Join me by standing and giving him a rousing applause. I've now gone from Oprah to This Is Your Life. Thank you. This is our mayor, Mayor Mike.
Wow, that's incredible. I just don't know what to say, other than to say thank you. I didn't come prepared for a speech, so I'm frankly speechless. But I'll just say a few things. Everybody that helped put this event on, I want to thank you for that. It's a great honor. One of the great honors, one of the most important honors I could ever receive is to be recognized by this community and by the King Arts Complex. I love this place. This is a magnificent place, and I'm here all the time. And it does so much to benefit the lives of people in this community. I love coming on Thursday nights in the summertime when you have 5,000 or 6,000 people out there and we do the wobble, the whole community. It's a wonderful thing. And all the events and all the things that take place here, we're grateful that this wonderful King Arts complexes here. So Demetrius, the board, thank you very much. All those up here that came up here and lied on me, I don't know what to say. My family, thank you. I love you very much, all of you. All of you stand. This front, and everybody stand, my whole family. Everybody stand. Kathy, Elaine, Frank, Eugene, everybody. That's a big family. And I love each and every one of them. And now you can sit down. And all the program participants, you're wonderful. I see Max over there. Max, put your hand up. Max has been part of almost all of my State of the Cities. He's done a great job. And I see so many of you. I won't recognize you. I just thank you. I want you to know I gave it everything I had. I laid it all on the line for all of you. And I tried to get this city ready for the future. I think we've left a great foundation to be taken over and taken to even a higher level by the next mayor of the city of Columbus, Andy Gendron. So I can say that. And Joyce Beatty, you know, Congresswoman Beatty, she's a dear friend. She's like a sister to me. I can tell you that I am being courted by Democrats who are running for President of the United States. And so to endorse them, to support them, not for anything else. I'm done. But when they ask my opinion of things, I say, you know what, you need a great vice presidential candidate to run with you. And I think that's Joyce Beatty. That's what I think. But she's waving it off. But they want my endorsement. They have to agree with my policies, and my policy is right here. Janelle, my partner, she has been great for me and my family. You just don't know how important she is to me, and I love her dearly. And so many of you, I'm just honored to have served you over these years, and I hope I've done a decent job for all of you. I don't know what I'm gonna do next, but you'll be hearing about it soon. Hopefully real soon. How many days is election day? How many? 31, you're here in 32 days. God bless you, thank you very much. Demetrius is wonderful, I love you, darling.
Did you cry?
No, I don't cry, real men don't cry.
Can I tell them
What's that?
what we just talked about?
For sure.
So Mayor Coleman and I had a bet. It was a gentleman's bet that he would or wouldn't cry. And I think I won. I bet him that he was gonna cry. I think I won. So this is the end of our program, everyone. We know this has been a long week. Most of you were at the Will Haygood events, which were fabulous. And this, I hope you think was a good event. I hope you enjoyed it. Honoring our mayor. So we're going to ask everyone to meet us at the reception. It's going to be a fabulous reception. We've done it like none other. Nothing's too good for our mayor, so it's a very nice event. If you can join us at the reception, we'd love it. If you're a dignitary or a panelist or family member, please stay, remain here, and the rest of you guys, if you would meet us at the reception. Thank you so much for your attention this evening.
Okay.